Hello, this is Zaxxon825 from Connect2Cams here to teach you a little bit about how to play Capture the Flag. So, if you're not familiar with this game, Capture the Flag is basically a PvP game where there are two teams. Each team has a flag. In this case, there's a red team with a red flag, and over there you can see the blue team with their blue flag. And basically, the goal of the game is to get the other team's flag and bring it to your own base while protecting your own. So if I was playing for the red team here, I would run over here and try to get this flag here, and then try to run all the way back here and drop it off. So as you can see, this looks pretty easy from my perspective, but that's because there aren't any players here. There aren't any players here. But there's actually a lot of thought that goes into this game. So the first thing is you need a way to defend your flag. So the red team here has a pretty bad defense. That does not require me to say this. The other team has a pretty bad defense right now. The flag is out in the open. There's absolutely no ways of defending it. And while this other team, I built a little sample fort here. So when defending your flag, you can use the skills that you have learned from dungeon designing and through planning with your golf stages in order to make a base where you can defend each other's flags, or where you could defend your flag. So in this one, I have set up a tripwire trap, that gives a slowing potion and an arrow. So, hold on, I need to clear the weather. So, with this trap, basically you make it easier for the person that's coming in to be attacked because they are slower now, and they take damage from the arrow. But in addition to that, I place the flag in the center of this soul sand. I'm going to set myself to creative here. I put it in the middle of a soul sand with ice underneath it. So what that does is it makes it extremely slow. Like, you can barely move at all. So that's the defense that I have set up inside of the base. And outside of the base, it's a good idea to have ways to protect your flag and prevent people from coming in the first place. So what I have here is some lookout posts, so that if you have a bow, and then you can fire at people that are coming in. So you need to keep all of this in mind. You can also use all of the other traps. We actually did another video that explained a bunch of all the other traps that you could use, like lava pitfall traps, parkour traps that make movement more difficult, so it is easier to attack the other people when they are coming to get your flag, since they're trying to get through the parkour course. Also, safely navigating through the enemy team's base is also another very important factor of Capture the Flag. As you can see, it's important to know to very quickly take in the information of the enemy team's base. Like, okay, I see they have 2 lookouts, so I should probably look out for any snipers or archers that are up there. I should probably also notice these dispensers before I start running into here, so I don't take damage like that. However, depending on how good the enemy team is at making traps, that may or may not be very, very hard. And also, you need to be aware of how the blocks affect your movement, and how they will make movement much more difficult throughout this challenge. Another important aspect of Capture the Flag is where you actually position your flag in the base. So if I were to take a blue banner, and say I'm on the blue team right now, and I'm trying to decide where I want to place the flag, maybe you don't want it to be in the open, so easily seen by everyone else. Maybe what you want to do is have it in a little higher place. Like, maybe you want to have it in this area back here, so that they have a much more difficult time trying to get it. It's important, though, that you still have your flag. It's important to not have your flag in a place that's clearly impossible. For example, I don't know if you can do this, but you don't want to have it in, say, like a room of bedrock, because those are indestructible. If you get your hands on barriers somehow, you don't want to have it do that. or you don't want to have a void fall with a jump that's clearly impossible. It needs to be possible. Otherwise, it's not fair, and it's not possible for the enemy team to actually get your flag. Your flag can also be above or below ground. For example, if you want to have it so that the flag is like underneath here, so then they can still get it, but it's not immediately obvious where their flag is. That's also a good place to hide the flag, but it always needs to be in a place where it's possible. It's not fun if it's impossible to get the flag. So that is pretty much the basics of Capture the Flag. Basically, use all of the skills that you have learned from designing your dungeon, and use those skills to make a good base so that you are able to safely defend your flag while going out to get the enemy's flag. Anyway, hope this video was helpful. I will see you in the next video.
Thanks for watching. If you're interested in learning more about Connected Camp's free kid club, then go to www.connectedcamps.com or click on any of the social media links on the screen right now.